Hey, what's happening everyone? Welcome back to a brand new episode, and today I'm gonna take you on a little tour of Nuremberg here in Germany.
Tropical vibes are taking over. I think she knows it, and I'm sure. She playing to me now, but these numbers don't play on. So
Splendid old town here in Nuremberg. It was fascinating last night when I came to see how well it's kept and how fairy tale like it looks like. I did manage to get a little bit of walking last night and just kind of explore some of the main spots, but I'm gonna take you today on a full city tour. Like I said, I got only 24 hours here, but that should be enough in order to see the old city, which kind of starts right here, guys. So check out how well maintained this city is. Again, this city has been bombed quite heavily during World War II, and this is actually the spot where the Nazis had a lot of their rallies, and it's quite a bit refurbished, but it's superbly refurbished. So without any further delay, let's get this Nuremberg episode underway. The old city is actually quite expansive, and it has quite a few churches, quite a few historical houses, and I believe this is the main street. Last night I noticed that most of the people were gathered around this street. So as you can tell, one of the main churches in town right there, I think it's Saint Lawrence or something along those lines. Did not document myself way that well this time, but a lot of the times that is the fun of it. Actually ate here last night. That's one of the ways of just letting yourself surprise, is just not doing that much documentation and just letting going with the flow throughout the day. So I made it in front of the church, and check out the details on the main door, all the sculptures, all the representations of different religious people or religious artifacts and so on. Quite nice. Check it out, and it's humongous, guys. Guys, this is not music that I added. This is actually the music inside the church of St. Lawrence. Fascinating. Just outstanding all throughout. This is it's way better than I expected. And yes, there's a river that passes through the city as well, and what makes the houses more marvelous than houses over a river. So check that out. It's superb. And the main city square, I believe, Hauptmarkt, there's quite a few vendors here throughout the year when it comes to different celebrations, but you also have some churches, one right there, one right here. I'm still trying to see if there's any way we can go up one of these towers and get some really nice panoramas. This is again where the drone would have came in handy, way in handy. But besides that, again, the facades of all these churches are outstanding. The details are impeccable. Check it out. A quick glance inside the church. You know, it's kind of hard to beat St. Lawrence at this point with the marvelous details that that church had. A little tower just standing here all by itself. It looks like something that would belong more in a church, but yeah, all throughout the square, guys, just splendid views, no doubt. I do believe they have a Christmas festival, a Christmas market here that's quite well known. You know, when you think of gingerbread houses, definitely Nuremberg could be an inspiration for different models. I mean, even this house right here, not sure exactly if that smiley face was put there on purpose or what, but yeah, it's quite hilarious. Guys, I gotta say that so far Nuremberg has impressed me. It's way over my expectations. You know, I thought it would be like a little city square there with a few buildings and churches and all that, but all throughout, I mean, there's places to see, things to photograph, places to eat, guys. There's quite a few actually quite delicious spots, and there, you know, some vendors here and there that sell you know, gourmet stuff or local stuff. So yeah, definitely recommend it. You know, Nuremberg has had a connection with Sibiu, you know, through Wizz Air for a couple of years now at least, and you know, it never crossed my mind that you would be this fascinating in the city of Nuremberg. So yeah, let's continue the journey. And the views from the castle, guys, check it out. Check out the whole old city of Nuremberg. Quite horrific, no doubt. I'm gonna zoom in a little bit. Spectacular. And this is how it looks like on the inside. You know, a little bit of a renovation taking place, but in what city in Europe where there's a lot of medieval stuff, renovation does not take place, right? But overall, like I said, you know, probably one of the, you know, best preserved, you know, old cities, old squares that I have seen here in Europe. It's quite splendid. Just thinking about the city that was completely bombarded during World War II. So the history of the city of Nuremberg, I think, goes back well over 900 years, and not sure if the castle was built during that same time or not, but yeah, again, it's quite well maintained. Just check out that view. Splendid. Gateway to gingerbread houses. And again, guys, you know, every narrow street that you take, you know, you have splendid views of something. Like in this case, a tower, you know, the beautiful ornated houses, you know, the typical Bavarian style. But yeah, all throughout, I mean, it's crazy how expanded, you know. This is just east of the castle, so just walking and finding new panorama points, or trying to find, again, a tower where I can actually go and get a great viewpoint. The one tower that I did not check out was the one just by the hotel where I actually started the vlog, so I'm probably gonna go back. I need to eat a little bit. I just had a couple of apples today, so most likely gonna go at Aldi. You know, I love the supermarkets here. You know, they're super you know, affordable, and probably gonna buy make some sandwiches and then head over to that tower. So just made it to another little square right here where they have one of the longest living houses in the city that was still not affected by the war, and this is the Albrecht Dürer house right here in the corner. Of course, you know, there was probably maintained and renovated throughout time since 1945, but overall they say this one was still standing, and you know, a couple of pieces here and there were renovated, but again, I don't know, didn't live in 1945. All we have is you know, documentation and stuff like that. But check out this gigantic rabbit that I just noticed here that I don't know, just seems to have one eyeball and the other one covered by another rabbit. I don't know, not sure if it's attacking the other rabbit, but yeah, overall splendid. And one thing that I keep noticing all throughout the city is these little statues on the side of the houses. You know, they either depict religious figures or you know, in this case, a soldier or whatever, maybe a knight, former knight. But yeah, a little dragon at the feet, but still there's so many things, right, that at one point you're just you know, bombarded with the details all throughout the houses that it's very, very easy to miss if you don't pay attention. So guys, found something way better than a tower. A parking garage right in the middle of the city square with 360 views, and the view that the sun is towards. Check it out. Not sure exactly, I ran into it by coincidence. Someone did tell me once on Instagram, hey, there's a parking lot here in Nuremberg, because I saw some photos, but couldn't find it. You know, I was in finding a parking spot in the city. Who knew where it was? But check it out, you can see the city perfectly. I wonder if it's open later this evening, because this would be a perfect spot for night photography. You can put your tripod here, super nice. You can see that tower right there. So the city wall is the one we were at with the rabbit and the house, the church. Man, splendid. Look at that. Pulling out my long lens, doing some interesting shots here, no doubt. So guys, as I mentioned earlier, Nuremberg was the place where the National Socialist Party, you know, the Nazis back in the day held a lot of the rallies, you know, and just made it to the documentation center, how it's named nowadays. And as you can see, we're gonna take a little tour, and here's a little bit of info. You can pause this and read it, but yeah, it kind of, you know, shows and it has some of the remains of the, you know, Nazi era, about the architecture and so on. There's the big sign, so yeah, let's go and check it out. So from the outside, the building looks like a coliseum. You know, it's not a full coliseum. Let's call it a semi-coliseum. But yeah, I'm gonna go in a little bit and check out, you know, the full grounds all around. But yeah, I mean, probably because of the rallies being held here and everything. You know, that's why after the war, you know, the trials were held in the city of Nuremberg as well. You know, the famous Nuremberg trials. But yeah. Being further a little bit in this I don't know, parking lot, looks like it, you can see the scale. Man, gigantic, no doubt. So part of it's a museum showcasing, you know, how everything started and how everything formed and how everything ended. So seeing some of the images and, you know, listening to the audio guide here, yeah, if you followed a little bit about history, it can bring you the chills, no doubt. So here is the inside of the Colosseum, semi-Colosseum. So not sure exactly if they have bleachers or what, but yeah, there's had to be a way in order to fit a whole bunch more people here. And a quick look of how the stadium looks from the above. So guys, you know, I kept it short and sweet here at the museum, but if you do, you know, are interested in, you know, how the world would have looked like if history had been a little bit different, a movie, a series that is definitely recommended is The Man in the High Castle. It's on Amazon Prime, an Amazon exclusive series. You know, personally I've seen the first 2 seasons, and it's remarkable. It's mind-blowing to think, you know, an alternative if World War II was won by the Nazis. So yeah, definitely go and check it out if you have some time. It's definitely worth it. It's entertaining. It gets a little bit off track, you know, more sci-fi later on, but definitely worth putting things into perspective. So guys, came really quick at twilight as well to take some shots and check out the views again from that parking spot. You know, the buildings lit up, everything looks fantastic, fairy tale wise right there. That's one of the shots that I have. Phenomenal. That's another one right there with the street in the foreground. But yeah, super spectacular. Nuremberg, you have been, you know, 10 out of 10, you know, exceeded my expectations without any doubt. Show you guys some of the photos right here. Pretty nice at twilight. And guys, I'm gonna put an end to this episode from the rooftop of the parking lot, with the city background. Hope you guys enjoyed this little episode from Nuremberg. It was phenomenal. Like I said, exceeded my expectations in every single way. 48 hours, not bad whatsoever in the city of Nuremberg. So if you do have a chance, definitely do a little layover, definitely do a little trip to Nuremberg on a weekend trip or whatever the case might be. Until next time, guys, gratitude should be the only attitude. Don't forget to subscribe, like, share, comment, whatever you may think is necessary. And until next time, peace.
Shimmy, oh, shimmy, we could align if you just let me. Shimmy, oh, shimmy, bump it and grind, let's go all the way. Shimmy, oh, shimmy, drinks in the air, now live this moment. Shimmy, oh, shimmy, tropical vibes are taking over. I think she knows it, and I'm sure, she banging to me now with these numbers. I'm playing on, so she